What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 63 of the Average AF podcast.
Welcome back.
I am here with Mr. Ryan Baker.
Thank you.
If you are listening on the audio version,
That was awesome.
I think we just made a new intro.
Yes, I agree.
It's pretty fucking fantastic.
It was for you guys.
Yes,
all of you.
We posted it on the Patreon, and people seem to love it already. So
Yes. Don't get accustomed to that. That was like a once in a blue moon type thing.
That's gonna be our permanent intro.
I'm fine with that, but I just don't want them to, think that I'm
Expect
gonna.
that.
Yeah,
So
it's not happening.
we're
all the
gonna
time.
we're gonna leave it vague on the video version, so that you have to go over to the audio version
I ain't even talking about it
on
anymore.
Apple, Spotify, wherever.
Proud
And
of it.
we
Proud
got
of it,
another Patreon update.
Look at that.
Steve said, "Fucking pure quality, bro."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So,
I appreciate that.
if you're watching on YouTube, we definitely appreciate it. But
That's two in like what?
in like
A
3
matter
minutes,
of 3 minutes that you uploaded it.
Yeah. Everybody loves this intro, so yeah, definitely go
Shit.
check out the audio
I'm
version.
going platinum.
Just for the next, you only have to listen to the first minute.
It's worth it.
It is.
Check it out.
It is. So, yeah, thank you guys for checking out episode 63. Let us know what you think of the intro. I think you're going to like it.
Yes.
But,
Scratch that. I know you're gonna like it.
yeah, you will. You will.
I'm getting optimistic with it.
I like it. But I did want to, we try to start the show with updates and stuff just to kind of get them out of the way. Just so you know, because I haven't told you yet, camera's going to be here Wednesday.
Oh shoot! We
Yeah.
got the new one.
Yep.
Look at that.
So,
Surprise!
yeah, so when you guys are listening to this, unless you're on the Patreon, I guess, but if you're listening to this, I'm probably fucking around with a new camera right now.
Nice.
It was
No sleep.
It was weird because I got it from Best Buy and they didn't have any in the store, so I had to get it shipped. And it was like, do you want it shipped to your house for free on Wednesday, or do you want to go to the store and pick it up on Thursday? And I'm like, how is that even an option?
Come on now.
Like,
Ship it here.
right, because then I'd have to go into the store,
Yeah,
like
screw
drive
all that.
all the way there. It's probably 20 minutes from here.
Yeah, forget that.
I'm like, yeah, deliver it to me a day early for free. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you thinking?
Come on now.
But yeah,
Work smarter, not harder.
I'm excited. Hopefully, the next episode you guys see, we'll have a new camera, and we won't have to deal with a lot of the bullshit that we've been
Yes.
dealing with.
Let's watch the red light.
Oh, we're watching. The red light. But yeah, so I know on episode 61,
Yeah.
2 episodes ago, we left off with kind of some future updates, some things that we gotta.
Some things that we're gonna go on.
Yeah, and we weren't able to.
Touch base on.
Yeah,
those.
touch base last week because we had the guys from Teach a Dummy podcast. That was awesome. It was one of my favorite episodes.
That was a fun episode.
Justin actually said, who's been one of our listeners literally since day one, he said it's one of his favorite episodes so far too. So if you also haven't checked that out, check that out. That was the last episode.
And you haven't checked out any other ones, check out those too.
Yeah, check out the
All
other
61.
61 on top of that. But yeah, so I guess, do you want to start with what's been going on or the last update?
So we left off with her having to go for the surgery. And it actually ended up with her not having the surgery.
Okay.
So there's definitely more to that.
I was going to say, there seems to be some story in the middle that we're
Suspense.
missing.
No, so she went for it, and with the surgery, what they have to do is recreate what happens with her heart. And they have to have it happen for like 7 to 10 minutes, I guess.
Now, is it like an irregular heartbeat type thing?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Yeah, so they like spike her heart rate up. She said at one point it was like 200 plus beats per minute.
Damn.
So insane. And she's awake throughout this whole process because they can't put her to sleep because, like, if they put her on anything for like a muscle relax or anything like
it'll
that,
slow the heart rate, right?
Right. And
Damn.
so they're trying to avoid that. And so she's awake throughout this whole thing. And I don't know what it was, but she said they went through both sides of her groin. And I don't know if it's like little things to like electrocute her heart or something of that nature. But they had her back there for like 2 hours, and hers would only mimic what would happen for like 4 minutes at a time. So not long enough. Right.
It's like come on.
So close. But they were able to pinpoint the chamber that it was misfiring from in the heart, but they couldn't pinpoint where in that chamber it was actually misfiring from. So after they tried for so long, they said, well, we can't exactly figure out where it is, so we can't proceed with the actual surgery. Which, I mean, it's understandable, and I guess it's a good thing that they did that because it's their heart, and if they're going to go in and put stuff like fire to things and cauterize it, like, you need to make sure you're doing the right one.
So were they saying, like, it's almost not bad enough for them to do it because it's not as consistent as it needs to be?
I'm not sure how to actually label what that was. Because, I mean, in my eyes, it's bad enough. They just couldn't get it bad enough for long enough.
Right.
Which is crazy. But, yeah, she was awake throughout the whole entire thing. So she said she's not going to do it again.
Right.
Like, no matter what. So, I mean, I understand that would suck.
Right.
Because
being awake, man.
Through all that, yeah. So, I mean, more power to her, though.
Right.
Surviving through that crap. That's
definitely,
insane.
Yeah, definitely an experience.
Yeah, but, I mean, quick recovery. She was out for, like, that day. She rested for, like, the rest of the day, and then her legs hurt for the next day a little bit, but other than that, she was good.
Okay. Well, that's good then.
Everything's good. Yeah.
Damn, that's wild, though. I don't know. Because, like, when you told me that she had to be awake for it, I'm pretty sure, and I brought up LASIK, because I'm pretty sure you have to be awake for that.
Yeah.
And there's no way I could do that, like having, like, a laser
like
or whatever.
Awake, to watch it happen.
Right. Go straight into your eyeball.
Not
no
happening.
way. So, to be awake during basically a heart surgery.
Nope.
Yeah. No, not for me.
Nope.
Not for me.
Dude, thank God, like, knock on wood, I've never broken a bone.
Really?
Yeah, like, I've never had to go, I can't say never had to go through, like, an extensive surgery, but, like, I've never really I've had stitches.
Right.
But I've never broken a bone.
I had surgery on my hand, but and then I've had, like, surgery on, like, my ears, like, where they do the tubes or whatever the fuck it is. So I did that too, but aside from that, yeah, I don't think I've been, I don't think I've had a major surgery aside from my hand, but that wasn't anything crazy,
Yep. Thank goodness, though.
Right.
Ooh.
It's crazy. I'm glad she's good, though, at least, like, after everything. Hopefully, things get better or there's an alternate solution or something like that.
I mean, the medicine helps out. It's not a permanent fix or anything like that, but it's definitely helping out. It's causing it to stay in rhythm much more often, which is good, but this surgery would have helped out a lot. So it sucks that she wasn't able to get it done because, like I said, she's not going to get it done now.
Right.
Just because she's not going to go through that shit again.
You can't blame her, though.
No, absolutely not. Because with all the anxiety and all that crap that she's already got, like, you add that shit to it.
Right.
Not happening.
No way.
Sorry, not happening.
No way.
Yeah. What about you, though, man?
So, for me, I got my sleep study results back, and not great. So, basically, what they do is they hook up a ton of wires and shit to you, like, to where you feel like you're about to be in the Matrix and shit.
Dude, Danielle sent me a picture when she had it done. Holy shit.
Wild, yeah.
Like, that is an insane amount of wires.
I would say close to probably 30 to 40 different wires, all on your head and your chest and your legs and your arms
all
and
over
stuff.
the place. I don't know how you guys sleep comfortably during.
It wasn't bad because the way they do it is they put everything everywhere, but then they, like, put everything together kind of like a ponytail type thing.
Okay.
And then you just have one big group of wires.
So it literally is almost like the Matrix. Like, let me just plug you in real quick.
Yeah. So it wasn't as bad as I thought, but I got those results back, and basically I stopped breathing an average of 23 times an hour
Holy
in my sleep.
shit.
Yeah. Now, I've heard of people that have way higher numbers than that.
Right.
But probably once is too many. So
yeah, that's a lot. 23 an hour?
Yeah, an average of 23 times an hour. And then, so basically they say like you stopped breathing or you slowed down your breathing enough to where essentially you stop. He said they're basically the same thing. There's no differentiating. But during multiple points in that, my oxygen levels dropped to 75%.
Shit.
Yeah, which when I was in the hospital and they put me on oxygen, I was at 88, 89%.
Man.
So I'm like 15% lower than that.
That's
multiple
crazy.
times. Yeah. So not the greatest news, but kind of honestly somewhat expected. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know how bad it was, but
now you know.
Right. So
that sucks though, man. So what are they gonna do? Are you getting are you getting a mask again?
yeah,
Or?
I'm getting a fucking mask. Yeah, I got to go back in it's like 3 weeks from now. I forget the exact date. I'd have to look, like the 21st or something. Yeah, I got to do another sleep study with the mask.
Oh, with the CPAP machine.
Yeah, so they can figure out like the pressure that they need to use and like all that kind of stuff. So I'm probably going to take the next day off work.
Oh, yeah.
Because last time I did it on a Friday, which was good. I didn't get that much sleep and stuff. I felt like shit on Saturday. But I think this time it's on like a weekday.
Oh, shoot.
So, and they're probably going to be waking me up a lot to adjust the pressure of the oxygen.
The machine. Yeah.
So I don't know how it's all going to work, but I know I'm not going to be.
They better not be, though, if they're trying to get you to measure your sleep and stuff, being there waking you up.
Well, right. Yeah, I don't know if they'll probably just adjust it while I'm asleep, I would assume. They'd realize like my oxygen got too low and then they'd go in and turn it up or
somebody
something.
trying to mess with anything I'm doing while I'm sleeping.
Right. Dude, it's never mind.
Screw that.
I don't want to get into that. But yeah, like so that's my update. It's going to suck.
That's crazy.
But everybody there was cool. The bed's somewhat comfortable,
That's good.
And it's an actual bed. It's not like a hospital bed.
Just think if they give you like a CPAP machine to like wear out in public and stuff, you can just say it's your Corona mask.
No, I'm not. I don't need it to be out in public.
Maybe you do.
But
maybe you could just wear it out in public.
I did ask about, because there's a mouth guard that I know about that Jackie actually reminded me to ask about, where you can put like basically a mouth guard in and it fucks with your jaw somehow to like open up the airwaves or something. And the doctor said I can try that, but that's actually given to you by the dentist because it has to like fit and like
you have to
do something with the jaw. I don't know, but and then he said the other option is potentially surgery. He's like that may or may not help, but obviously we probably shouldn't go that route without trying just a CPAP. I'm like, that's
definitely go the other options first.
Yeah, so here, by the end of the month I'll be on that and hopefully I'll be feeling better. I'm sure it's going to be weird at first. But everybody that I've ever talked to that has sleep apnea and they got a machine, they say it's the best thing ever. They feel so great when they wake up.
Good.
Like, I'm like, okay, like that's all I need.
It may suck, but I mean, in the long run, it's going to be good for you.
And now they're not like the old school ones where it's like a fucking generator, it's not like, whoa,
Yeah.
There's somewhat quiet ones. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be expensive, but again, I'm about to be 29. So
You're getting old.
I need to start kind of taking care of myself a little bit.
You're getting old.
Speaking of getting old, man, you got a lot of grays up top. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm calling them out. I'm calling them out.
See that on the video.
They will next week, so I'm giving them a heads up. I'm
getting it cut.
No, you're not.
Well, if the wifey was listening to this, which I don't think she is,
I doubt it.
Cut it. I'm telling you right now.
You're kind of salty up there.
It's the salt and pepper.
Yeah, you
chicks dig it.
It doesn't look bad. We'll just
do
saying.
A poll.
Yeah,
chicks dig it.
Yeah, no, they do. I think you're right.
Don't judge.
And it doesn't look bad, but I'm just saying,
I am old.
I didn't know, like...
And 2 kids adds more
Yeah.
years.
Why'd you say that like a robot?
I don't know.
2 kids adds more.
Because I
years.
lost train of thought of what I was going to say. 2 years.
Oh, my
A few
God.
more years. But, no, dude. But you know what is really cool? With both the kids playing soccer, especially. So you got Caden, right? First year playing. Super little. They play with like 4 kids per team on the field, and they're just running.
Right.
Right? No positions, anything. Cutest thing ever. And then you've got my daughter, 11.
Right.
Playing U13.
Right. Playing real shit.
Huge field. 11 players each team.
Right.
It's insane.
Yeah.
You got one on Saturday, the next one on Sunday. So you go from one extreme to the next.
Right. Right.
I was just thinking of that today, and I'm like, this shit's insane.
That's awesome.
Oh, but that was my weekend, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking soccer.
How they been doing the last couple weeks?
Caden's season's officially over.
They only played like what, 5 games or something? It was pretty short.
Yeah, it wasn't too long. He loved it though.
Right.
He loved it. His last game was Saturday, and the game prior to that got canceled because it rained.
Right. Okay.
But he won his last game, loved it, ran a lot, fell a lot because he's really big into falling here recently.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Like on purpose?
Yeah, just will tumble.
Yeah.
Randomly. And then actually after his soccer game on Saturday, we went to Honeyhaven.
I think we're going to do that next weekend.
Dude, it was fun.
Was it good?
It was a little chilly.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't too bad, but it was fun. We went through the huge maze that they have.
Right.
I will just say that we were in there for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Found 4 out of the 6 letters that you're supposed to hunt for, and that was it.
Yeah.
Got lost.
Nice.
A couple times.
It's good.
You're going to have fun with Harper if she's anything like Caden, wanting to lead the way, say, let's go this way, let's go that way. Danielle was trying to, like, follow the map that they give you.
Right.
And that was not happening. Caden was leading the way, so we no idea where we were going. So, yeah, 45 minutes, 4 out of the 6 letters. It was a blast.
Yeah.
8 donuts, ate some ice cream.
They have, like, a petting zoo, too, right?
Yes. Caden loved it.
Yeah.
Goats, little piglets. What else was there? A cow.
Really?
A little baby cow.
Okay.
Cutest thing ever. Super soft.
Nice.
And then a little pygmy goat. Or not goat, pygmy horse. The mini horse.
Yeah. Now, can you go on rides on that?
No.
There was something.
Not the ones there.
There was something that said, like, pony rides or whatever, and Jess was like, do you want to have Harper try it? And I'm like, she'd either love it or freak the fuck out.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think we're going to go to Honeyhaven next weekend, or she was saying Apple Hill.
Okay. Apple Hill's fun.
I don't know what there is to do at either of them. So
Apple Hill, you can go and, like, pick apples and stuff.
Right.
There's, like, a little playground, and they got banging apple donuts, dude.
Yeah.
And apple cider.
Okay.
Faux show.
And what was the other one? Honeyhaven, right? That's in Ashland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad of a drive.
20 minutes or so. Yeah. Yeah, we don't know what we're gonna do.
A lot of it's
yet,
cash only too, just a heads up.
Is there like cost to get in or
no, parking and everything's free, but like the cost to get into there's a cost to get into the maze. I think it was like Harper will get in for free, and then I think it's like
a couple bucks. Probably.
I forget how much it is for you and Jess.
Right.
But then, like, if you want, like, any of the donuts or anything of that nature, then it costs something.
I definitely got to remember that cash only.
Yeah, a lot of it was cash only.
I don't keep cash on me very often.
And either did I. Luckily, Danielle did, but I was like, oh, shoot.
Right.
In a lot of places, it's crazy because with the COVID, it's like they would prefer card.
Right.
So it's tough now, or, like, it's not often where you see the cash-only places.
Right. Yeah, that's odd. That is odd.
Speaking of COVID, screw this crap.
Right. We're about to, you said go into purple?
Dude, yeah, I'm so over it.
Richland County, right?
Yeah, because we hit level red Thursday. And then with our level red, they hit us with a level purple watch.
What's that mean if it goes into purple? I don't keep up with this shit.
I haven't been keeping up with it really, and I didn't really pay attention to the low levels. But I guess purple is pretty much they're shutting down Richland County.
Again?
Like, they'll shut that shit down.
Damn.
So I have no idea what the hell that's going to happen. I know right now with the level 3 that they're in, the red, that thankfully Ontario already said that they would go full day school. Like, they're not going to stop school or anything just because of a level 3. So, luckily, my daughter is not being impacted by that.
But that's right now. But if it goes to the next level.
Shit. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Damn.
Yeah. And luckily, Caden's not impacted by it right now. Like,
right.
Just because, it's going to suck with both of us working.
Right.
Like, if both of our kids have homeschooling, shit.
Right.
And that's another reason why Caden's in preschool again this year is because how the hell are we supposed to homeschool a preschooler?
Right.
Like, what?
Like, I don't, yeah. It's different to teach kids, like, history and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But to teach them, like, how to fucking say, like have proper grammar.
Right.
And say your ABCs and write
like, I'm
and
not
read.
A teacher.
Like, I don't know how to do that shit.
No, I'm not a teacher. And it's insane. So I hope that we don't go to a purple because this shit's gonna suck. Because we've gone through it and it already sucked.
Well, my work, I wasn't sent this email, which I don't know if it's just because I'm going to a different team starting tomorrow, like I said, or not. But I know a lot of my colleagues were, and people were talking about it and things like that. But yeah, work wants us to go back to work at the end of the month.
Really?
And that's what they said originally. Like, at first they said, hey, if we do voluntary, comebacks, would you be willing to come?
Like, trying to see who would want to.
And everybody that I talked to said, no.
Not
like,
happening.
Especially for me, because I live an hour away.
Yeah, so it's more convenient for you to work from home.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'd like to go back to the office and see everybody. I like my team and my teammates, and, I like my job, so it'd be cool to go back.
See, that's the part that would make me go insane.
Yeah.
Is, like, not being around people.
Right. We got a group chat that, like, if you don't look at it quick enough, you'll get up to, like, 100 messages.
Really?
Of people just talking shit about
That's how the fantasy
everything.
Football one is right now.
Yeah, I
Danielle's
love it.
like, who's messaging you? I said, it's fantasy football. And she's like, oh, really? And I said, yeah, it's the one that's blowing up, and I'm not checking it. That's why.
I for that group chat, I have the notifications on mute.
Yeah, you've got to
like,
almost.
There's no way my phone would be just vibrating all day.
It's like, no.
But yeah, so they're trying to get us to go back at the end of the month. I guess, I saw the email that said if you're willing to, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another email, this last week or maybe the week before, I guess, saying like maybe they said November. I don't know.
At least you still got another month.
Either October or November 30th. I don't remember now. But yeah, so I don't know.
Shit, you might have another month or two.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is, but it's definitely going to suck to start driving all that way when it starts to snow and get shitty out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on. Like,
true that. Welcome back.
Right. So we'll see what happens with that one.
That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does.
But hey, what can you do, right?
'Tis what it is.
You've been working from home for how long now?
Since the beginning of March. So
Holy
7 months.
Shit.
Actually, speaking of 7 months, it's so weird because I'm excited. I got a date tomorrow with my best friend, Jerry. He's a dude, but we're still gonna do date shit.
That's so cute.
Yeah. But we're going out to dinner tomorrow. But like, he's like, man, it's been a long time since we've hung out, and I'm like, when's the last time that we hung out?
Right.
And it was in February.
Really?
The last time I saw my best friend was 8 months ago, and I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Damn you, Corona.
Yeah, fucking pandemic is
That's
what happened.
It was.
Yeah, so
crazy.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that tomorrow to see him because
that's good.
I had no idea it'd been 8 months.
That's crazy.
It's just shit.
8 months is a long time.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, I don't get it.
Man,
I don't get it.
I've been working throughout this whole shit.
Right. Same here.
That sucks.
He has been.
You've been working from home though.
Well, right.
I've been going out in this bitch.
Right.
No. But that's the thing that sucks. Like, I keep seeing all this shit about, oh, bill this, and bills this, and bills this for the unemployment. Oh, yeah. What about the motherfuckers that have been working through it?
Right. Yeah, he's been going to work, too. He works in a factory, too.
It's crazy.
But, yeah, I'm thankful that I can work from home. I hated it at first, but now I'm like, why would I go back?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'd go stir crazy, though.
Right. Well, I would like, which they're never going to do, but I would like to be like, hey, I can come back on, like, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Like, 2 days a week on
that'd
site.
That'd be cool, you know, like, that way I can catch up with any meetings or anything like that. At first, I was going to say Mondays and Fridays, but then, you know, Monday morning, I'd have to wake up super early.
That would suck.
Nobody likes to do that on Mondays. So maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Well, why not give yourself a 4-day weekend?
Right. So we'll see. I haven't asked them yet, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Right.
What's up, guys? A little break in the action here to shout out our Patreon producers and our small business sponsor.
Holla, holla, holla.
The producers, you threw me off. Threw me off. The producers, we got 7 of them. Again, I'm going to try off the top of my head. We got Barili, Sarah, Tom, Steve, Taylor, Teach a Dummy Podcast, and Nate.
Booyah.
Yeah, son.
7 for 7.
Yep.
Look at that.
I've only been saying it for like 2 months and just can't fucking remember.
Practice.
But yeah, shout out to them for being a Patreon producer.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
All 7 of you.
Yes. Well, technically there's 8 of them.
You just named 7.
I know.
That's
Think
7.
about it. Think about it.
Oh my gosh.
We're
thanking them individually.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah,
so
there's still 8 of them.
Including them with this 7. Thank you, 7 that we just mentioned. Thank you, 7 that we just mentioned.
Yeah,
we appreciate your support. All 7 producers that were just mentioned in that advertisement.
Yeah, but there's 8
and
people. There's 8 people.
Yes, there's 8. The 7 names that were mentioned.
Yeah, but there's 8 bodies.
And 7 names.
Sorry.
7 names.
7 names, 8 people.
7 names.
Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for being on the
Sorry for the debacle.
I like it.
I can't stand you sometimes.
Yes. Great ad read. Thank you to our Patreon producers. And then, thank you to Brubaker Photography.
BRUBAKER.
Yep.
Photography.
And what's their Facebook URL?
Brubaker Photography 1.
Perfect.
Booyah.
Definitely check them out on Facebook, like their page, follow them, share them. Yeah,
everything.
All that kind of stuff. Invite all your friends to their page.
Yes.
They're just trying to spread some positivity in this fucking crazy ass time. So
yes.
Shout out to them for supporting us. They were our first small business sponsor. Hopefully we can add more soon.
And since they support us, we support you, and you support them as well.
Yes.
All of you. Thank you.
Definitely check them out on Facebook.com/Brubaker Photography 1.
Yes.
Say it. Say it.
What?
Say it.
Say what?
Say it.
Say what?
The thing you said last week.
What? I don't forget what I said.
We gotta go back.
I'm really sure.
We gotta go back to the episode. Do you remember what I said?
No, I don't remember what I said.
Back to the action. And actually, so speaking of not seeing Jerry for fucking
8 months.
I was gonna say 2/3 of a year. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I kind of thought about it today, like the difference between like a guy's like dudes friendships and like female friendships.
Like a male and dude, female friendship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like me and you, we basically don't text.
No.
We say, "Hey, what time you gonna be here?"
Dude,
8.
Or I was blowing the shit up out of your Snapchat.
Well, Snapchat's funny, yeah. Snapchat doesn't. I'm just talking about, especially like text conversations.
Oh yeah, it's just short and sweet.
We very rarely have like actual conversations over text. It's very rare. But like like, I don't think I've ever told you about my day over text.
No.
You know?
I don't think I've ever asked about your day during text.
Right. But, like, females, generally speaking, they like texting their friends all day, like, yeah, today was crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, do you want to hear what happened today?
Right.
Guess what they did?
Right.
No.
Right. No.
No, I don't care.
It's like, what time are you going to be here?
Right. You trying to kick it or what?
Right. We'll talk then.
Yeah.
And then we'll recap the last 2 weeks in about 10 minutes, and then we'll
kick it.
Yeah, we'll do it. Like,
we'll kick it.
There was a comedian, I forget who it was, but he was actually talking about this. This is like a decade ago when I saw this, but he was always like, you know, my wife always asks me, like, I'll go hang out with a friend, and she'll be like, you know, how is he? I'll be like, good. I'll be like, well, how's the wife? Like, I don't know.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, and then she's like,
all the time.
She's like, you guys hung out for 2 hours and you didn't talk about his wife? No. I just don't. I don't ask those questions. Yeah,
right.
Like, it's not that I don't care, but I don't care.
Right.
Like,
it's not what I came over there for.
Right. Right. If you had an issue, like going on, like something on your mind, like you would tell me.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, like, I guess he's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, it would keep it short and sweet. Like, how you doing?
Right.
Good. Cool.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
What's
been going on? Right.
That's pretty much how it is.
Yeah.
But Danielle be doing that shit to me all the time.
I need details.
All the time. For everything.
Yeah.
Like, kicking it with my friends, family, anybody. Well, so if I come over with you, well, how's Harper? Well, last time I checked, she was good.
Right.
Jess, I think she's doing well. You think you don't know? No, I don't know.
Right.
I'm not over there for them.
Right.
I'm just like,
it's real though.
But yeah, like I don't know. Was everything good with Adam? Yeah, he's alive.
Right. He's in good spirits.
Yeah.
Like,
well, what did you guys do? We kicked it.
Right.
We listened to some albums, some freestyles.
Right.
Like, did you talk about anything?
Probably.
I don't know. Some random shit.
Right.
Like, no, I don't know.
It's so funny because, like, it's just like, and I hate that I do this because it's obviously generalizations, but like women, like when they go hang out with somebody, it seems like they have like a plan of the shit that they want to talk about, and things like that, which is fine, and like that's what friends are for. But like, usually I don't want to talk about the shit that's bothering me. Like that's why I came over to like chill and get my mind off shit. Yeah. Like sometimes, you know, we have deep conversations, like or whatever, we figure some shit out. But usually we figure shit out for 10 minutes. Yeah, maybe 15 minutes. And half the time
that shit's not even planned. Like, it just comes to the fact where, like, we'll be talking about something, and all of a sudden, like, a 10-minute vent session comes out, and we're like, damn.
And then
felt good.
Well, yeah, and then we realize, all right, shit's a little too serious right now.
Right.
And we change it up.
Yes, we do. Oh, man. But, yeah, no, I'm not, I don't know. I feel like there's a time and a place for it, and usually if I'm trying to kick it, it's to have like a good time, and I'm not trying to. I'm trying to forget about all that crazy shit that's going on, not really talk about it.
Damn, but I got something in my throat.
Is it the Rona?
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Get it out.
I can't.
Get it out.
I can't.
Come here. Nah, do it.
Oh
my goodness.
But yeah. It's just interesting. I mean, there's no like wrong way to do it or whatever. But dude, I gotta fix my fucking throat.
You gotta fix your throat. Chug it. Do it.
Check. That's a little better.
Hey, he's back.
That was weird.
He's back.
Sorry, guys.
He really is about to not be able to have any type of conversation.
Right. Oh man, it's fucked up. I did want to talk about one kind of. Not like serious thing, but like kind of.
Shoot.
Because like.
Go.
Because like. You want to fuck it?
Hey, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk now.
Okay. Okay. Why you gotta talk like a robot?
I lost track of what I'm thinking about. But it's definitely something that I've been thinking about especially with all the like election stuff going on, and I don't want to get into that specifically, but like all the craziness that's like going on. I want to get your opinion on this, and I think we're at the same spot, but like I'm a firm believer that you should never be married to your ideas. And what I mean by that is if you think things are a certain way, you should be willing to change your thought process if you're presented with the right argument, the right facts, the right
Always
whatever.
gotta be.
Yeah, you got to be open-minded.
That's how I look at it. I mean, nothing's concrete, no matter what. I mean, just because you were raised or, on that belief or you've always been around that belief doesn't mean that, doesn't mean that there aren't other beliefs.
Right.
And B, doesn't mean that other beliefs aren't better or makes more sense than yours. I mean, there's always shit that we don't know and always other sides of everything, so...
Well, like my example was like, the election, and it's just, and I'm guilty of this too, but I try to not be, but like with the election and all this kind of stuff, like people on both sides seem to not want to listen to each other.
Yeah.
They just want to argue with each other and go back and forth.
Like, I'm better than you.
Right.
My side's better than yours.
And talk shit about the other side, which I'm definitely guilty of. I'm not going to lie. But, like, yeah, I'm a firm believer that you should be open enough. And I guess it's kind of like a confidence. Like, confident enough to be able to say, okay, I was wrong. I didn't think of that side of things.
Yeah. And
now my opinion is this.
Yeah, and me personally, like, I don't get into politics or anything of that nature. Like, honestly, to avoid being able to get into conversations, I don't follow politics.
Right.
I don't give a shit what people think, but like, I hate getting into conversations about politics. Like, I've seen friendships get burned because of it, and like, so I just steer away from it. It's my easiest out. And things like that, but like, people have their beliefs, and me personally, I'm the type that I don't give a crap what you believe in.
Right.
It is what it is. Like, you are who you are. I'm not going to judge you on just what you believe in, but I freaking hate people that do. Like, screw you, dude. Just because you're Republican and I'm a Democrat, like, it doesn't mean you can't be friends.
Right.
You guys just see different.
That's something that I'm working on. Like, obviously, I don't hate people just because they're Republican or whatever.
Right.
But like, when it gets down to certain things, I'm like, I'm bad at this, but like, to me, it's kind of justified, but it's probably not. But like, they're like, oh, well, I see this a certain way, and I'm like, dude, if you see that way, like, I can't be your friend. Because, like, that's the shittiest way to see a person or whatever. You know what I mean? So, I will never hate anybody just because they're, like, Republican. I'm
there's
pretty much
be something deep that they do.
Right. It's pretty specific reasons.
Right.
Like, to be honest with you, I grew up. I would probably call myself a Republican until I was like 20. But it was just because both my parents are Republican, and I didn't know shit else. You know what I mean? But then I grew up, I moved out, started, like, figuring out the world a little bit and, like, observing different things, And I'm like, oh, I'm more of, this side of the belief and whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think you can be married to your beliefs.
No.
Because if you are, you're just not giving things a chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And dude, there's been times where I'll allow other people to have their opinion, but I shut that shit down because I don't want to hear it.
Right.
I've done that shit one time.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because it was about the whole, like, all lives and Black Lives Matter. And I'm not going to get, like, huge into the subject, but I definitely stand with Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Like, but, I mean, it's for multiple reasons. And, one of them is my daughter, obviously, is biracial. And, I don't want her to live in a tough world. So I'm going to do everything to fight against racism and things of that nature. But somebody came up to me and they were complaining about how somebody was judging them because they liked All Lives Matter. And I said, listen, I'm going to stop you right there.
Right.
I said, I have a different view than you. I can tell you that right now. And to avoid anything happening here at work, I'm going to shut this shit down right now.
Right. That's
and
good,
just
though.
walked away from there. So, like,
that's fine.
Yeah, but, like, so people can have their own opinion, but sometimes don't come at me with your other opinion. Like,
Right.
I respect it, but I don't want to hear it.
Right.
I do not want to hear it.
Right.
Because that was a deep one. That was like right when that shit was going on, and it's tough. Like, I can't.
Right.
I don't want my daughter to go through that shit.
Well, like, so I mean, you know, when me and Steve were still doing the podcast, we ended up taking all of our proceeds from the Patreon the 1 month, and what was it? It was the Columbus Freedom Fund. We donated all the money from the Patreon to that, and then I want to give another shout out just real quick to Justin again, because he said whatever you guys bring in, I'll match it.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up, I don't remember what it was, but we ended up giving like $180 or something to him for the month. Yeah, and it's not a ton, but you know, we were trying to help out and things like that. But the reason I bring this up is because we actually lost 2 Patreon members because we were doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, there's no hard feelings, but like, you know.
Yeah.
And if you're going to leave because of that, then deuces, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no hard feelings, but I'm like, man, like, it just sucks that no matter what side of the fence you're on, like, we're trying to help people and give to a charity and, like, things like that, and then you're like, you straight up said, I don't want my money to go to that.
Yeah, and that's
like,
the thing that I think anybody's got to expect with being on either side of the fence is that, you know, you're not going to have everybody agree.
Right.
You know, if you've got 10 people, you know, maybe 8 of them will agree, 2 of them deuce out. I mean, it's the same thing with that type of people that believe in something different than, you know, maybe only 5 people would believe it and the other 5. So I mean, it sucks. You're not going to be able to satisfy everybody, but at the same time, I think it's all about how you react to it as well.
Right.
Like, to your point, like, hey, you know, thanks for your support prior.
Right.
Sorry that you don't support this fag. Peace.
Right.
Like,
and that's how it was too. I think when we announced it, we even said, like, you know, we might piss off a couple people by doing this, and like,
sorry.
If that's the case, then, you know, we're still gonna do it because that's what we see is right. And if you want to leave because that's how you feel, then it is what it is.
So be it.
Yeah, but it, you know,
everybody's got their opinion.
right.
And I respect that, and it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what
it is. What it is. That's how I've always looked at it.
SOCKS, socks. That just threw everything off the rail, and I like it.
What the hell is socks?
Yeah, so if you spell socks, but you say it like, there's a Spanish phrase, SOCKS, means it is what it is in Spanish. But if you say it fast enough, you spell socks, SOCKS.
Socks.
So, yeah, socks.
Oh my gosh.
It is what it is. It's crazy.
You just threw a huge wrench in there.
I know, but
good Lord, I can't stand you.
But yeah, I mean, I do my best to not judge people on overall things, but when it comes down to specific things, I'm probably going to judge you for certain things.
I don't judge, nor am I the type to shove it down your throat.
Right. I won't do that.
And I think that's why, I don't know, I hate getting on conversations about shit like that, because you've got a lot more people like that than that aren't like that like try to shove that shit down your throat, or like, F you because you don't believe in what I believe in. And like, no, dude, like, dude, to each his own, first and foremost. I'm not you, you're not me. You don't know what I believe in. You don't, like, we can believe, I don't know. There's just so many variables that take place, and I just wish everybody could be a damn adult.
Right. Now, when it comes to general things, I agree. But when it comes to racial shit,
the racial shit, dude, you're one and done.
Right. It's just, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, well, it's over. Like,
yeah.
Like, I appreciate your time, but
And
I'm out.
That one just frustrates me because, like, dude, the whole Black Lives Matter and all, like, I understand, man. Like, yes, all lives matter, but they don't understand what's going on.
So, like, the funny thing is, now that you're saying this, like, so it's funny to me, like, for people on our side of the fence of the Black Lives Matter, right? We say Black Lives Matter, but then we'll say, obviously, all lives matter too, but we're talking about Black lives right now. But on the other side of the fence, they're like, all lives matter, but they won't say Black Lives Matter, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, well, just say it, man. Just say it. If you're saying all lives, like, say, you know, white lives and Hispanic lives and Black lives and
all of them.
Say Black Lives Matter. If you really think all lives matter,
say Black Lives Matter.
Just say Black Lives Matter. Because you're like, their argument is like, well, we're including everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, so say it.
But they won't.
Right.
They won't.
But that's on some racist shit.
It is.
Like, okay, well, you're just hiding behind a phrase then.
I hate it, dude.
Like, we will say, yes, all lives matter. We agree with you. But, you know, we're focusing on this situation right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, like...
Just step with it.
Right. But then they're like, all lives matter. Cool, so say Black Lives Matter.
Right. Just say
it. Just say it. Like...
But they all lives matter.
Right.
Yeah. Like, and I don't know. It just...
I don't want to get down that tangent.
It's crazy, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wild shit.
Fuck you, 2020.
Yes. Oh, my God. I'm going to switch topics, though.
Please.
Just because this was something that I wanted to talk about a little bit. We kind of mentioned it on the last episode with the guys from Teach a Dummy about leadership and things like that. And I wanted to get your opinion on this because I know somebody currently that's in the process of kind of being promoted or, you know, advancing positions in their company and things like that. And they're like, you know, all the time they're like, you know, yeah, but this bitch, like, you know, she's jealous and she's talking shit and like all this. And then she's like, yeah, but, you know, this person's saying this, but, you know, they're just trying to start rumors. And I keep telling them, like, that comes with the promotion. Like, pretty much, unless you're like a shoo-in, unless everybody completely loves you, which is usually not the case, when you get promoted or you're about to be promoted,
you're going to have enemies.
There's always going to be a couple people that are talking shit saying, you know, you don't deserve this, or it should have been me, or, you know, kind of things like that. There's always going to be people like that. So, and I told them, like, this is also a test to see how you handle those types of reactions. If you can stay professional and, you know, still talk to them, still do your job as you're supposed to within the roles and not maybe throw a little shade here and there. Yeah, it's natural.
But know how to.
Right. But yeah, do it in a professional way. Do it in like an under the table type way. You know what I mean? But it's part of the job. And I think it's very important. The approach, once you get promoted, the way you approach your quote unquote haters is very important. So I wanted to get your opinion on that because I know you've been promoted multiple times and things like that. How have you handled kind of people in that situation?
Same exact way as I do anybody else.
Yeah.
I treat them just the same. I don't give them any type of special treatment or anything of that nature. I kill them with kindness, type of game.
Right.
But no, those are the people that I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can convince them. You can convince them I deserve this role. And that's why I said, like, keep being yourself, keep helping them, keep doing this and that and all that. And eventually they're not going to have a reason to talk shit about you.
Yeah, like I've sat down, like legit sat down with somebody and said, listen, like I don't understand why you have the hate that you have towards like all of this stuff. And they're like, oh, well, you know, I should have been in that position. I said, do you want to know what the biggest difference between myself and you are? They're like, what? And I said, look at the way that you're acting.
Right.
I said, do you want anybody in a manager role whatsoever acting the way that you're acting right now?
Right.
I said, absolutely not.
Right.
I said, so you need to think of things like that, and that's probably why you're not in this position.
Right.
Like, it's that simple.
It
You can't
really
act like a
is.
freaking child and we're
Right.
in an adult position. Like,
Right.
it doesn't work
Right.
that way.
It's just so crazy. Have you always been that way with like the first time you were ever promoted? I'm sure some people were hating on it.
Mm-hmm.
Were you like that right off jump?
Hell no.
Right. So how'd you handle it right away?
I just kind of rolled with it. Like, sometimes I would shut off.
Right.
But I mean, I would still do my job. I wouldn't let it impact my performance.
Right.
But I mean, it would suck at times. Like, I wouldn't know. I guess I would have to say I didn't really know how to handle it.
Right.
Like, I would just shut down and
Right.
just not talk to anybody or anything of that nature. But it never impacted my performance.
I would say it's similar for me because I got promoted pretty early on for the first time,
Mhm.
and like there was a lot of people that had been there a couple years and they were talking shit and all this stuff, and like one thing I noticed pretty quickly is that when we had our discussions, me and them,
Mm-hmm.
they weren't like that to me, to my face.
No.
So I'm like, okay, like if you really felt some type of way, you're going to act that way towards me.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you're just salty about some other reason.
And you're putting on a show.
Right. And maybe it's, I don't want to say like it's jealousy, but it could be jealousy. It could be, you know, being spiteful. It could be whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, if you don't act that way towards me, to my face, like that means, you know, it's not as serious as it doesn't deserve my attention, basically.
Right. And I think a nice thing is too, like once I started getting into, you know, more of a manager role was at StarTech, and with that there was a lot of metric based stuff to kind of rank your teams and everything. So I think it was nice to be able to have, you know, not the best team but a top performing team.
Right.
But you've got all these people talking shit about you, and it's like, how are you going to sit there and talk shit when I'm proving
Right.
what I'm doing? Like, I'm sorry that you suck.
Right.
Like, but that, I always love to be able to not even have to kill them with any comebacks or anything of that nature, but like letting the work show it for them.
One of my biggest things that I kind of, I don't want to say like I lost confidence, but like you said, I kind of shut down and quit like talking to certain people, you know, at the beginning. But one thing that kind of got my confidence back is we had an agent who was on another team, and he was always at the bottom of the stack rank, like always, like didn't care, you know, had a demeanor on the phones where like he was just laid back, like on a couch kind of thing, like didn't give a shit. And the supervisor wasn't holding him accountable and things like that.
Makes sense.
So he came to my team, and I had to sit down, talk with him, and I said, you know, what do you think about coming to my team? And he said, I'm nervous. And I said, why? And he said, because you're going to write me up. And I'm like, damn straight I'm going to write you up. I was like, I'll fire you too if it comes down to it. Like, not really. Like, we were kind of joking around, but I'm like, yeah, man, like, we got to take our shit seriously on this team. Like, I don't know what your last supervisor was doing. That's between you and him. But this is what I expect, and this is the rules that we follow.
Yeah, this is how we're going to do it.
And things like that. And he was always in the bottom, like, 20 of the stack rank out of, like, you know, 150 or so, maybe like 100. So bottom 20. And after he'd been on my team for 2 weeks, the 3-month period after that, he was in the top 20 consistently, and usually in the top 10.
Damn.
Yeah, but then, because I would get on him about shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then he went back to the other supervisor because I was not being hard on him, but kind of like, I guess like you could equate it to like a sports coach.
Yeah.
You know, like pushing him a little bit. Like, I'm not being hard on you, but like you're clearly in the top 10. Like, let's keep going. And he just didn't want to put forth that much effort and things like that. So he went back to the other supervisor's team, back down to the bottom. And I'm like,
bruh.
Like, yeah, it sucked to see that, but it made me feel better. Like, okay, you know, I'm doing something right.
Right. Hell yeah.
But
definitely a good feeling.
Yeah, it's just it sucks when people don't have faith in you, I guess, you know, when you're new to leadership and stuff. But I think we've both been in leadership long enough that it doesn't bother us anymore.
No, I can break that shit. I usually try to look for that shit and try to break it. I've always been the type too that I want to get along with people.
Right.
I may hate the way that you do things and everything of that nature, but if you're part of management or, you know, any type of leadership, I'm going to become cool with you.
Right.
I get to know everybody. It definitely works in its favor at times.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not going to be the type that's like brown nosing the shit out of you.
Right.
Like, I will never do that. But
well, that's one thing about this new job that I'm at. Like, you know, I like the fact that each supervisor runs their team differently. And they have certain like metrics to hit and things like that. But each supervisor has their own way of doing stuff. And the cool thing is, early on, I was on like a soup call or something like that. I don't remember why I was on it, but I got invited to be on it or something. And like the supervisors were, I don't want to say they were going at their, you know, superior or the manager or whatever. They weren't going at them, but like they were having serious conversations, and the manager took it well. Yeah. You know, they were like, no, we can't do it that way because of this and this and this. But, okay, well, in my region, we do this and this, you know, blah, blah, blah. And the manager's like, you know, well, we have to do it this way. And they're like, no, like, we're not doing it that way. We're going to do this. And, like, basically, I guess it all comes back to the idea that we just talked about is not being married to your ideas.
Yeah, you gotta be open-minded and have those different perspectives and be able to listen to other people.
Right.
Like, you can't be blinded by that
Even
shit.
the people below you or whatever. You got to hear that, you know, feedback and take it with, you know, take it openly and things like that.
And that's the thing I love, too, when people are like, well, the supervisors, we need you to come up with this information. Like, okay, I'm going to go ask my agents.
Right.
Well, why are you asking your agents? Because they're out there.
They're the ones doing the work
every single day. Like, I'm not doing this shit.
Right.
I coach them to it, but I've got, like, my tablet, my you know, this thing that I'm going by.
Right.
I said they're the ones out there every single day doing this. Like, I'm going to get their opinions and see what they think.
Right.
Oh, that's so smart. No shit.
It's not smart. It's just logical.
It's like common sense to me. Like,
right.
Yeah, ask the people that do it.
Right. But that's why I'm super happy about, like I said, this job is because, like, I've already seen that from an internal standpoint to where they're like, basically, obviously not these words, but they're like, no, fuck you. Like, we're not doing it that way. But, like, they approach it in a professional way, and it all remains professional, but at the same time, like, you can still be yourself. Yeah. And it's super cool, man. So I'm super excited to see where that goes.
That's dope.
Dope. But anything else you want to talk about to end the episode?
No, man, it's been a good one.
It has been a good one. I don't know if this is going to be a little shorter than normal. I'm not sure. Camera's fucking up again.
But make sure you check out the audio because it's got a bomb-ass intro.
Yes, it definitely does. And again, next week, as long as everything works out perfectly, which it should, we'll probably have a new camera.
Yes.
Hopefully, you know, it's going to be better quality and things like that. I think we're going to be able to record in 4K for the whole episode.
Shoot.
I'm pretty sure, depending on how long the battery lasts and yada, yada, yada. But,
we'll see.
But yeah, I'm super excited for that, and that'll be here in the next couple days.
Nice.
But yeah, so thank you guys for checking out episode 63.
Thank you very much.
Remember, averageafpodcast.com. You can get new merch, sign up for the Patreon, all that kind of stuff.
Do it.
You know, like we said, we just dropped that intro on our Patreon just right before this.
Check it out.
So they're getting it 4 days before you guys.
Yes.
So
they got it before we even started recording.
Yeah, they got it before the episode even came out or recorded. Yeah. So definitely sign up. It's a good deal. You know, $2 a month up to however much you want, and all that kind of stuff. So we appreciate you guys for checking us out.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Till next week.
Peace.